Hey guys, and welcome to the Punisher's Birthday Cup. It is the third year in which Punishers is celebrating yet again another year within the esports industry. Now, we got a duo cup that is on the line with a 5,000 Rand prize pool. But let's have a look at that prize pool. Let's have a look at that prize pool right over there. We got a 2,500 awarded to first place, 1,500 Rand to second, and 1,000 Rand over to the third place. Now, when we look at it, that 5,000 Rand breakdown is going to be very competitive, especially going into the later fifth game, where that is where we'll essentially know who's going to be winning the tournament. But on the other side of things, guys, I got a little bit of prediction going forward. And I think, honestly, that this one is going to be a Reap C10 in first place. In second place, we may potentially have either the likes of Stale or potentially Bojo Neymar sharing that second and third place. So first, second, and third is going to be between those three teams. But I'm almost guaranteeing that first place is going to be Reap C and Tem just because they have this better chemistry over the other competitors, and the room just looks very bright for them right now. But guys, while we are waiting for the tournament to start, we'll go back to a be right back, and then we'll see you guys in just a bit where we'll be launching into game number one. Guys, stay tuned and see you guys in the game. guys, we are officially ready to start the tournament with game one underway of the Punishers Birthday Cup, where they are celebrating 3 years within the esports scene. Now, who do you guys think will be winning this tournament? I want to see some predictions within the chat before we get into the game number one. And starting off with game number one, I think it's best we go over and commentate on Stale. So Stale is going to be playing with Sway, and I honestly think they could potentially have a treat in this tournament. So let's have a look at that and see whether or not we should be correct. So 76 players is the best we can do while fighting the likes of a load shedding. We did put out a poll yesterday to discuss the time being moved to 12. And I know some of you guys said, yes, 12 o'clock was fine. And honestly, I am not mad with 12 players, with 76 players jumping into game number one while we are in the midst of stage 3 load shedding. Honestly, not mad at all. But right here, guys, we've got Stale and Sway. Sway, who says he's very much confident of the recent Genie BFC that was hosted. So he's very much confident in his fighting capabilities. But the thing is, he's contested by one team, and oh, that's a free knock. Come on. How much more HP does the guy have? Unfortunately, just couldn't get the knock in and time. Probably one HP left at hand over there for him, but he just could not get that final shot in the target right over there. But that is fine, some good damage either way, and some utilities are going to be used very early on. So if they go in with the push, they can potentially do that, and that's Stale for you though. The consistency in the aim, absolutely wonderful to see coming out from him right over there. So let's see exactly what we will be getting out from the tournament right over here. But mega cities where Stale and Sway will be landing, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what this duo will bring to the table for the entire 5 games, where we will treat you with a full broadcast commentated by myself. My name is Iro, for those of you guys who don't know and is joining in the stream now. Welcome in, and I hope you guys do have a good stay for the next 5 games. But moving on, guys, we do have prospect players Neymar and Bojo, but honestly, I don't know how this team can perform today. They haven't had a really successful sort of previous rounds of tournaments, and we'll bring in their POV right now. So they haven't had a successful round of tournaments in the past 2 tournaments. I believe they came second and then fourth, or third and fourth in the past tournaments over there. So now is the redemption in that tournament, and we got some off-spawn action. So let's get straight into that. Both Neymar and Boja are on 200 HP. Oh, what a good pump. 88 damage dealt right over there. He's got his SMGs to try to finish things up right here. Some Chug Splashes being dealt to the opposing team, so they're much more in a comfortable position to take the fight. But now, with Neymar in, very much separated, he traps them in, gets a huge 118 damage. He's got his shotgun ready, but he doesn't go in for the major fight. Jumps over the thing, tricks his opponent with a massive SMG finish on that, and now it's down to a 2v1, and I think Bojo may have potentially just ended that over there. No, we still got the one opponent running around like very shambled right here. Good pump right there. It does miss, and you do got Bojo coming in for the sweep up with some damage assistance onto the opponent, and that is 4 kills off spawn here at the Brutal Station. So they've locked this off-spawn fight very successfully for Bojo and Neymar, and showing a different side of confidence we haven't seen in the past 2 tournaments right over there. So let's see exactly how they can continue rolling up in the next 5 games. But moving over things, guys, we also got the likes of Stale and who's this, Cam? as well as Tem. So let's move over to that as well and see how things are looking like for this duo right over here. The Cam and Tem, who have been the better team, the better esports players in the Fortnite scene right here, have been doing really well in terms of consistency. We can see them just fighting off, the boss and so forth. Nothing too hectic for the legendary weapons. But yeah, Reapsy and Tem, want to bring it home for the Punishers. I really do believe in my prediction that Reapsy and Tem could potentially win this entire tournament. It's just that they've, shown more consistency in the past, and as it stands right now, from what I've gathered, they also still on really good chemistry compared to the other competitors right over there. Stale and Sway, who isn't Stale's permanent duo. They've come into this tournament to play the finals, where it's usually Stale and Cobra who's in the fighting aspects. And, Stale's a really good fighter. He knows how to handle himself very well. He knows how to get good eliminations and so forth. But it's whether or not he's patient enough to get those placement points rather than getting those eliminations and finding himself in a sticky situation where he will get eliminated. So, honestly, for those reasons, that's why I'm putting Stale either third or second. But at the end of the day, he could also fumble the bag completely and not even make it into the top three position. Instead, maybe E-Tech somehow pulls a rabbit out of a hat and becomes a magician in the Punisher's birthday cup. And, him and Ghost go further than what we could imagine. So there's so many opportunities and so many things that could happen in Fortnite that you can't necessarily put a hold onto the top three, but you can rather say, first place is going to go to Reapsy and Tem right over there. Tem, who's been a free agent for the longest time that I can remember, and that was after 5D sort of, not 5D. What was the organization Tem was part of? Light Gaming. That is when Light Gaming sort of pulled away from the Fortnite competitive scene and in general just the competitive esports industry. So Tem has been a free agent ever since then, and he's done really well with himself competing as a solo. He's a really good solo player. He's got some good history in solo tournaments, but also, he's done really well when it comes down to duos and trios with the likes of Reapsy being the IGL. Reapsy, for himself, he's constantly proving to be worthy of one of the greats the Fortnite South African tournaments have seen. He's got a 3-1 here, but it's obvious that they've picked him up right there. He now needs to disengage completely. He uses the new mechanics that is in the game, guys. If you don't know where this mechanics come from, but basically, if you watch Attack on Titans, you'd know that that mechanic is from the anime Attack on Titan. So 56 players remaining with the ODM gear right now. Reepsy just rotating, getting himself some good distance. But, oh, guys, why am I saying Reepsy? It's E-Take. You know what? I'm confused, and I'm gonna just leave this part and go somewhere else. Guys, Spicy and Thas still alive in this one. Also with ODM gear. He's got himself a decent loadouts, chug splashes, minis, shotgun, which he just upgraded. But that's the charged shotgun. We've got Psycho who's just been eliminated and confirmed to be out the lobby. I don't know if his duo partner is still alive in this one, but very unfortunate to see Psycho get eliminated very early on. We did see Luca looking to get into the tournament as I feel. I wonder if he's managed to get a duo, potentially maybe Psycho if that is the case. But other than that, I don't know if Luca managed to get a fill into the tournament right over here. But he did tweet that out very early within the chance of getting to play in the Punisher's Birthday Cup finals. There's a player being rebooted. Now, Spicy and them are looking to take on this advantage over here. I don't know if that's a reboot right over there, but we'll get to notice it while he does rotate in. It isn't a reboot. It's recover cache. That's what it's called, guys. You learn these things. And right now, he's just recovering it and waiting for that time to pass by. We go over back to Reepsy and Tembra to see how things are looking like. So they're sitting on 2 eliminations. There goes the rotation with the kinetic blade. Some boomer mechs coming out from Reepsy right over there. Welcome, Brute Shock. Welcome to the stream, W Reepsy. I'm guessing you also on that Reepsy for first place. We got Dark Fade. What's up, Dark Fade? Welcome to the stream, and hope you guys are going to be enjoying this one. We got 76 players competing for the share of 5,000 Rand, sponsored by the Punishers organization. Of course, celebrating their Punishers Birthday Cup right over here with their 3 years of being in the esports industry, as well as content creation industry, as well as also now being a prime sponsor of a football club. 53 players remaining. The players in terms of elimination count has slowed down, which is very good, which means that we potentially get to see a really good final game coming in for game number 1. Got players rotating out. Sorry, guys. Been muted this whole time. We saw so much action and I was muted this whole time, which is great. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, Way and Morg have 2 eliminations. They've made it into the zone safely, but now they find themselves rotating just a couple meters in there. They have about 30 seconds to do so, and with the kinetic blade, it should be very easy for Way and Morg to do so. So Way and Morg look very confident they're in their positions, but I'd have to say the way they boxed up is what's scaring me quite a bit. You know, they're finding themselves in singular boxes right over here. A player who's aggressive knows very much so that this would be an easy box fight to take. And let's see exactly whether or not my commentating is true or not. So it doesn't look like they will be taking on any fight. They've gotten their kinetic blades refilled, but the communication between Wei and his duo partner was not clear, and he just went slightly beyond expectations, but he should be good now. Moving over to Spicy and Thought. There's 37 players remaining, guys, in the first zone right over here, in the first game right over here. So let's see exactly whether or not we'll be seeing Spicy in here. ODM gear just looks so good, man. Fortnite is very creative when it comes down to the collaborations that they integrate into the game, into the esports industry and so forth. We haven't seen any other title do it as good as they have. And all the damages there, they've just eaten a bunch of bullets dealt by Spicy. So that is going to be very good for him going into the thing. We've got our 5th zone rotation in play right over here. And with ODM gear, honestly, they do not mind on rotating through that. Now they've got 3 slurp juices, which could be okay for them, I guess, but would be best to have some minis or big pots alongside those slurp juices, because if you take slight damage, you'll still be in a good position right over here. Trying to get some shots, but Spicy unfortunately couldn't. We'll move over to Neymar as well as Bojo, who in the start of the game showed us some really good competitive gameplay. And now they rotate with their kinetic blades. They have the opportunity of dealing damage or boxing on top of these opponents, and they've done so successfully. Neymar and Bojo, however, are in 2 different places, which could be of trouble, seeing that we are in the late game. You know how things can get a bit twisted when you're separated in the late game. If you are an easy target, it does look like finally he's managed to get on with his duo partner. Oh, unfortunately, that would have been a good damage down to the opponent right over there. Ooh. Memo needs to get in a better position and heal up. Oh, I say heal up and he has no heals to his name. There's one person I know who works best under pressure. That's Neymar, guys. If you've seen Neymar in an endgame position with no heals, he absolutely pops off where needed. I think we stay on board to see whether or not, you know, the legend lives again, where we can see some really good pop-offs coming off from Neymar. Both Bojo and Neymar, though, are absolutely low with the heals over there. They rotate together. It's just a couple meters away from zone, guys. 31 players in the final push for victory royale, and we get to witness this right here, guys, in the Punisher's Birthday Cup for 5,000 Rand share of that prize pool among the top 3 players, where first will get 2,500 Rand, second gets 1,500 Rand, and third gets 1,000 Rand, and that's a good box over there. Good elimination right now. They've managed to pick themselves one big pot, in which could help the fight going further. But I told you that this team can work well under pressure, and that's exactly what we find coming out from Neymar right over there. He's managed to get himself a big pot, but he needs just more than 105 HP. He needs the full HP going into the final parts of this game right over here. We'll move over to Reepsy and Tempera to see how things are cooking for them and how they've managed to make it all the way to the final end. They're looking much more comfortable and confident going into these final zones. Look at that, 12 chug splashes, 200 HP, both teammates in the same box. But I say same box, it is an opponent. He's got his shotgun, but he doesn't take it off right up there. He now needs to get out of this position. Good shot on him. He is in a sticky one where he is going to get knocked. Unfortunately, it is just the scenes coming out for Reepsy right over there. Has he found himself trying to take the shotgun edit onto the opponent, but unfortunately the shotgun just did not take that shot. But it is Temperat, the god of solo clutches when it comes down to the Fortnite right over here. And ladies and gentlemen, we may potentially just see that coming into play. 9 eliminations for the team right over here, 5 over to Temperat, and we get to see exactly what that will look like with the final zones closing in. These zones are getting tighter and we are winding down the players. 21 remaining right here. Kinetic Blade at play. He does rotate successfully. He still has a decent amount of mats. He's got a player right in the box. Nice 50 damage. Covers himself from preventing further damage to himself right over there. 6 minis and as well as a pizza to keep him going. So he's quite healthy in terms of that over there. Player doesn't want to stop. He comes in, tries to get as much damage, but he doesn't care. Tap it up right over here, guys, with a massive clutch of kills coming into place. Picked himself some really good weapons. He's also still very much healthy right over there. Throws down some pizza, eats that up for some HP, but unfortunately it does take some time to heal. He's back to 200 HP. The final circle right over here, guys, very small. He goes out in the zone, uses the kinetic blade, goes very up. Decent amount of mats still in play here for Temperat, guys. Stay on board with Tem to see how he's able to keep getting those points for the team. Always down to 190 builds. Oh, they're just winding down play by play. Only 6 builds left. Picks up some more wood and he's back at top. He gets another elimination. This is Tem for the fight for the winner. 2v1. Good pump and Tem with the victory royale. And that's how you solo clutch to victory. I said he's the god of clutches with solo, and he's just there, gone and proved that right over there, guys. This is the Punisher's Birthday Cup, showing all the action, all the juices right over there, guys. What a fantastic way to get a first place with Temperat clutching the victory royale, guys. There's no doubt that this team will be sitting at the very top of the leaderboard because they also managed to pull in double-digit eliminations as well as a victory royale. But it's all Temperat with all the action, surviving from 25 players all the way down to winning the game. What a way, guys. We'll be back with more action for game number 2. Don't go anywhere else. absolutely blew the socks off my feet with that beautiful finish going into game number one. Now, what does that mean for the leaderboard? Of course, it does mean that we do have the legendary um means we do have the legendary players going into the final round. The game number one has the top player, but I'm trying to get this in for you guys. Just hold on. Need to fix this. There we go. So Cam and Tim, which is Reepsy and Tim in first place with 82 points, Dale and Sway in second place with 60 points. So I'm glad to see that some prediction is walking into play or working into play, because Cam and Tim, still Sway, that's exactly what I said in the beginning of the stream. We also got Thomas Shelby, which is Adrian and Vibes in third place, Aviva and Altus in fourth, E-Take and Ghost in fifth, Respect and Creamy in sixth, Bojo and Neymar in seventh, Spooky and Lessix in eighth, Bosch and Zach in ninth, Morg and Way in 10th. That will wrap up the top 10 players right over there, looking to do really good going into game number two. But the consistency out from Tem was absolutely amazing. The way he just managed to clutch the entire game number one ending was beautiful, to the extent where he managed to get eliminations. He composed himself. He got the final victory royale for game number one. But what does it mean going into game number two? Does the challenge start to pick up? Of course it does. Players start changing their drop spots. The blue path starts to change due to the zone locations and so forth. So everything starts to change going into game number two. But we can only wait to see exactly what would that be when we jump on board with game number one. So let's go game number two. So let's go and do that right now and see exactly how things will be looking like. So it does look like Stale and Sway are much more happy because they are not contested. They're second place with 60 points, only 22 points away from first, which is absolutely no big deal to the likes of Stale and Sway, as they can absolutely dominate and get the eliminations to catch up. But Neymar and Boja need to do much better getting into those final parts of the game, as we did see the entire duo with very little HP and no utilities to heal up. Creamy 066 with the elimination onto Phoenix. So let's see how that will continue playing out. So right now we're in the position where Bojo and Neymar are a good duo. We've seen what they're capable of. We know that they can pop off. But for some odd reason, that just hasn't happened within the past two tournaments that we've seen Bojo and Neymar play. Now, you and I both know that two tournaments is way too much for the likes of Neymar and Bojo to not win the tournament. It has always been a close clash between Reepsy, Bojo, Neymar, and so forth, where they've constantly gone in action a number of times fighting for that first place position. But honestly, in the past two tournaments, it hasn't been a race whatsoever. It's been very one-sided for Reepsy and the other competitors. Bit of off-stone action here. Good 120 damage coming out from Neymar right over there. He's also gotten height onto his opposing players. Bojo coming in to support. I think this will be a clean sweep yet again off spawn for Brutal Station coming from Neymar and Bojo. You can also see the way he just works around the vicinity. Neymar has done absolutely good in those positions. He's holding this ground, this POV right over here, while Boja's putting pressure on the other side of things. If they run out, they run into a trap of a shotgun to the face. So let's see exactly whether or not that comes into play. Fortunately misses the surprise attack. Oh, and now he's dealt 80 damage to himself. He needs to use those chug splashes. Goes in for shield fish. Doesn't take it in time. The pressure is now on him while Bojo gets knocked and gets sent back to the lobby from Dan. A good 116 damage. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 2. Both Neymar and Bojo get taken out and sent back to the lobby. And they get the time to rethink their position and strategy going into the off-spawn fights. On the other side of things, it does look like Stale and Sway just came out of a fight where it was successful for them. They picked up 2 eliminations and a whole lot of loot for them to siphon through. And you can see, of course, they do not want to be greedy. They do want to be greedy, making sure that they leave nothing in for the other opponent players. So they're hunting their second team to eliminate. So let's stay on board with them. E-Tech on the other side of things has been rebooted. Good to see that some clutches exist. So go over to E-Tech to see whether or not that attracts opponent players around. Gonna capture the cache right over here for some loot. So we'll leave this position and move over to the next. Let's go see how first place position Victory Royale winners in game number 1 is doing. And they are boxed up, just comfortably relaxing in the position right over there. Move over to Spicy as well as Stars. And it looks like they are on 6 eliminations. We just missed some of that action in which where they got their 6th elimination right over there, guys. But they're sitting comfortably with materials, with everything they need going into the fight. Now needing just to rotate in. We are down to 46 players and 6 eliminations just on Spicy and Athos alone right over there. But what a way to start game number 2 for this team. It's all about now staying consistent, going in with placement points. So let's see whether or not they'll be able to achieve that. And that's how you guys do it right over there. Spicy and Thos with the fantastic elimination. Guys, sorry, just dealing with the admin stuff in the background, and that's why we're unable to commentate on that right over there. But Spicy absolutely dominating right now, and we can see them being a bit overkill right here, which means that they may potentially find themselves in a sticky one. Good 80 damage, takes the kinetic blade up, goes all the way down, got the pickaxe out, ready to clean some walls and piece the player right over here. And the player does look to be like a solo, manages to knock him right over there. And you can see Thas fighting the duo's opponent, managing to clean things up, not wasting any time, no bullfight needed, just straight to the point. The action displayed right over here from Spicy, absolutely juicy. And they've got the enough resources to get Thas back into competitive playing environment, and that is 200 HP. And you can hear those chuck splashes being splashed right away, and he's back into those fighting positions. But that's how you guys do it. You go in with the intent to get the elimination, and you'll get it out very quickly without wasting any more time. He just does that very quick. Now, Way and Morg, we didn't get to see exactly how the game ended, but very passive plays coming out from them here in game number 2, where we see 40 players remaining and the zone closing. There goes the rotation out from that situation, and they go more into the zone over there. And then for them, it's just box on box, stay hidden, and stay very passive. So we'll move from them over to Fusion as well as JB to see how things are looking like. But I don't think they're in the tournament. Yeah, it doesn't look like they are in the tournament. We'll move over to Cam and Tem to see how first place team is looking like for the Punisher's Birthday Cup. But yeah, Temperat, knowing him, I figured he would be able to clutch the solo duo game number 1. So that was very good for him right up there. He's managed to pull through miracles in the past, so I knew exactly he was going to be able to do it yet again. We do got some players in behind where Temperat has taken quite a bit of damage, but Reepsy is able to just answer back at that right over there. But he needs to get out of this position. He's down to 40 HP. They find themselves in a sticky one where they are being covered in behind. Good pump, managing to break the opponent. Temperat and Reapsy right here, not retreating too easily. They are dealing damage. You can see them getting more distance between the opponents right now, which is very good. And they will be able to box up. So I don't think too much of the action will come back to them regarding that situation. But that was a really good way to control everything, in which there was a lot of damage dealt to Reapsy, and then of course the mountain behind them giving them restricted movement. But in the end, they came right and they managed to disengage from that fight. And we see Spicy and Thar sitting on 9 eliminations and a huge pump coming in from the opponent right over there. Good knock, amazing knock. Let's see exactly how that would look like. Good 30. Spicy and Thos just need to rotate a couple meters into the zone. But with the kinetic blade, I think they'll be able to do that very easily. We can see in the kill feed, Kosi gets some eliminations. He needs to hit the Kovacs. Missed a good opportunity to get some good damage on those players right over there. Psycho is still in game number 2, which is good to see. He's managed to get an elimination over there, but I wonder onto who that elimination could have been. So let's move over to Reapsy as well as Tem to see how things are looking like for them. They still boxed up. They did utilize quite a bit of materials. We see that it's only on 92 metal, 167 brick. It is quite low going into the end game, but they are capable enough in refreshing themselves with a couple eliminations over there. Using quite a bit of resources to deal the damage. They've used slurp juices, they've used their minis, they used some chug splashes. They're only now left with the pizza box right over there. And now they rotate, makes it into the zone carefully. Need to expand out and just continue rotating. I think, yeah, this is the safe haven for them right now. But down to only 400 builds on Reapsy, and he's also gone in with a split for Temp. So I don't think things are looking too great. It's almost as if the roles switched for Neyman Bojo game number 1. He finds some loot there, he goes in quickly, but oh, it is the double pump from Dan1X to take him out of this one right over here. So it's Temperat left again for a solo clutch. But we'll move over to Stale and Sway to see how things are looking like for them. And hopefully they're still alive. Unfortunately, they've been taken out. What about E-Tech and Ghost? E-Tech and Ghost still seem alive in this one, but it's E-Tech only. And we moved on to him, and he gets eliminated by Spicy. So we will watch Spicy going into the end game and give the underdogs some love for this one. So much so saying underdogs, but they're sitting on 11 plus eliminations right over there, guys. That is fantastic to look at right now. Good 65 pump. He wants more, he wants blood, and he's going in for the W key right now. He manages to get the 4 damage elimination onto the opponent. Needs to be more aware about his surroundings. Just running in the open like that is very, very risky. He's also gone in with the box player, but he now needs to keep himself careful. Use his kinetic blade to get out of there, and he does so successfully. But Thus and Spicy are not even working together here in the end game, guys. It is just a survive on your own will, and we can see exactly that coming into play for the duo right now. But on 80, yeah, this is it for Spice. He tries to get out of there, but he cannot dodge the bullet any further longer. He gets eliminated at 10th place. We'll go see whether or not Temp is carrying the team going into the final one, but it doesn't look like that is the case as they get eliminated in 12th place. We see if whether or not Respect or maybe even Morg is in this position. Unfortunately, it does look like everyone has been eliminated, guys. So that is it here, guys, for game number 2. We'll give you guys a quick update with the leaderboard to see how things are looking like for game number 2 once it ends. But that is it. All the sort of live feeds that we did have come to an end, and we don't know exactly who got the victory royale, but we'll know shortly when we be back from the break. Hey guys, we are back with game number 3 and we got an updated leaderboard. So it was actually a one-on-one situation with the likes of Toasty as well, not the likes of Toasty, the likes of Adrian, as well as Psycho going into the last bit of the 1v1. But it was Psycho and Genie to come through with a clutch, and we can have a look at that right over here. So we can see Adrian and Vibes have now pushed up to first, but only by 2 points. Where Cam and Tim unfortunately had a fall short and was taken out of the game number 2 very early than what they used to. Travis and as well as Yeti now push all the way up to fourth, where Psycho and Genie with the victory royale come into the play of the top 10. Spicy and Thaz, who are sitting on 13 eliminations, the second most eliminations in the tournament. I think we're still and Sway 12, yeah. So 13 is the second most eliminations coming off Tem and Reapsy. E-Tech and Ghost pushed their way up until 8th, where we saw E-Tech getting taken out in the final end part of the game, number 2. 9th is Stale and Sway, who have been pushed from 2nd all the way down to 9th. That is because they managed to pull a 23rd and 2nd. We got Smeg and Sale, who's now pushed up to 10th. And the question is, where is Bojo? 17th with Neymar having to dine off spawn right over there. But guys, game number 2 is under the way. So let's get straight into some of that action. Starting off with the Reapsy and Tem off spawn situation. So let's see exactly what that would look like. Game number 3, guys, with Ripsy and Tem on the board. So let's get straight into this tournament right over here to see exactly what it will look like. So being contested, Ripsy and Tem managing to pick up some lucrative loot that will put them in a good fighting position. 2 big pots, SMG, shotgun. Tempera just on the other side of shattered slabs. Does look like they'll be okay. Oh, what a way to get an elimination. Shaquille goes down. So Shahil's dual partner is unfortunately nowhere to be seen. So Shattered Slabs looks like, oh, I say nowhere to be seen, and he's been absolutely broken. Timbra comes in from behind, good damage over there, and they get the elimination confirmed, which is fantastic. So 2 kills off spawn, and they can now freely loot their way to heaven right over there. On the other side of things, Mega City by Stale and Sway looks uncontested. We'll move over to Neymar and as well as Bojo, who we know have had a bit of a rough start to the Punisher's Birthday Cup, where they got eliminated off spawn in game number 2. This is redemption time. Game number 3 is the make or break moment where we get to see the Fortnite South African players make it into the top 10 and consistently grow from there on outwards. If we do see another fail game coming out from Bojo as well as Ripsy in game number 3, then unfortunately it doesn't look like there'll be an opportunity to see them make it into that top 3 prize pool right up there. So the ODM gear, they managed to get a distance, just looting up and making sure that they're all set and ready to take on the fight. So Sway managing to get a knock as well as an elimination in the kill feed. That is Stale and Sway. I thought they were uncontested totally, but it does look like Sway and Stale managed to hold things down there by Mega City, which I have no doubt they will be able to do a 2v1 with the other opposing player. But we stay on board here with Neymar and Bojo to see how they can go. But yeah, it's good to always get as much material as possible right now. So let's see whether or not he can continue with the consistency. Here the action unfolds. Hopefully better control coming out from Bojo and Neymar in this fight right here. In game number 2, we just saw them quickly getting eliminated, and that is because of the different control that was set out for them. Good pump, 82 damage. Bojo on the other side has also been dealt a bit of damage on his side. He needs to be a bit more careful. Oh! Bit of a glitch coming in play, but that works in favor for them as Neymar and Bojo clutch up game number 2 right over here, or game number 3 to say. Good pump from him. Does look like there's just more than one player, third party per se, coming involved over here. They have got the high ground, which is very good advantage to have in this box fight situation. But definitely another party came into play right over here. 159. This is clear damage to win right over here. Players hiding in. Bojo manages to get the final kill on the other opponent. There's just one more left, sneaking his way, and this is just feeding into the redemption for Bojo Neymar, as they are currently sitting on 2 eliminations. This would be the third, with the 2v1 coming in play. Nice damage, and that is Toasty who gets eliminated, and I believe then Toasty and as well as, and I'll tell you now, Dan. They can easily go and loot up now and be in a better position than they were previously. So that's fantastic. Good to see 3-point kill coming off them for game number 3 in that off-point situation. On the other side of things, Sway as well has Stale in a position of 1 kill elimination and working their way over to being back at the top. It is unfortunate that both him, Neymar and as well as Stale had a bad game number 2. We also kind of saw an inconsistency coming out from Reepsy, but that still puts them in a second place position, which is 1,500 Rand. You want to be in that top 3 position, which is prize pool, ladies and gentlemen, of 5,000 Rand shared among the top 3 players. It does look like Spicy had to clutch up as Thas has now been rebooted. We did see Spicy with a fantastic elimination coming in from them. They're going in for the pulse rifle. Still, oh no, still getting eliminated by Cozy. It's now down to Sway to 1v2, Ethan and Cozy right over there. But it does look like Sway goes into the retreat, and that being the logical thing to do right over there. Very unfortunate to see Stale get eliminated so quickly and not have the fighting opportunity. "37 players remaining here right now, guys. Where we jump into the lobby with 67 players. We can see those eliminations coming in quick, coming in hot across the field. Reepsy as well as Temp playing contribution to that, sitting with 2 eliminations as it stands right now. People rotating very close to Reepsy and Tem. Reepsy just retreats and gets back into his base. Now, it does look like Tem and Reepsy are going to need to potentially take on this fight. Let's see exactly what happens. Good final circle to put themselves in play right over here. So let's move over down to Stale and Sway. See how they are on their redemption to getting back into the lobby. And it doesn't look like that is the play actually, as we do find them knocked out game number 3. On the other side of things, guys, Neymar as well as Bojo are looking to get more eliminations as they are needing a massive comeback in the tournament. We can see a corpse in the kill feed has managed to pick up an elimination, and that means we are down to 30 players right now. Good tag, just to say hello, I am here. Ooh, nice 77 damage broken. That means they just have about 150 HP to utilize. And not able to get to 200. Nice 101 damage dealt, but they have taken a bit of damage, which will utilize some healing coming out from Neymar. "29 players remaining. Nice 101 damage, but also taking 101 damage from the opposing player. He now needs to pick up some more kills coming out from Bojo, but at least much more comfortable endgame for them compared to game number 1. In this position, same game, is that they found themselves with no heals and very damaged HP that found them getting eliminated very early in game number 1. But game number two also was a different story where they didn't get to survive off spawn, losing an opportunity to grasp on a lot of points. But the good thing is that the teams that did exceptionally well game one didn't really pull up to the event where and took advantage of the points. So it's good to see that we got Bojo and Neymar still maybe potentially in the race, depending on how this game can go right here. They've only managed to pick up 3 eliminations right now, which is not that much considering that they are 17th on the leaderboard. But a victory royale with about 8 to 10 kills right now will do them some justice and bring them back into the fight for the tournament. We can see Psycho on one, still alive in this tournament right over here, who's managed to pick up a elimination in the kill feed as well. Bojo and Nemo just making sure to work together close as possible and continue the rotation. We go over down to E-Tech as well as Ghost to see how they're performing. We didn't get to see too much coming out from E-Tech in the previous round. Now, yet again, finding him as a solo, Ghost now needs to just drop his materials to allow E-Tech to continue fighting in the endgame right over there, and that's exactly what goes into play. He has everything he needs for the final fight. 2 sword rotations, and that gets him into the zone. Enough materials to get some couple elimination points right now. Three kills, all done by E-Tech. Good 120 damage dealt right over there. Let's move over to potential first team players right now, Reepsy and Tem. It's now down to Reepsy to bring the clutch in, and he does owe Temperat the favor right over there due to game number 1, but it's quite low on HP, only 1 tug splash at hand. Player gets into the box comfortably, but good maneuver coming out from Reepsy. He's managed to get himself some more seconds to stay alive in this one. Uses the kinetic blade, has no more materials, plays from above, shooting onto him, and doesn't look like he's going to stay alive for too much longer, as he is going to get eliminated right over there, and you can see that coming into play. But let's look over at Neymar and Bojo, who need a massive game to clutch in right now, and we can already see that Neymar's been taken out. It's down to Bojo, the IGL, to pull through a massive game for them. He goes over to the ODM here, and he is in a position of that is quite awkward, and we could see that coming into play because Cozy manages to take advantage of that awkwardness right over there. For some reason, Adrian is still alive in this one alongside with Vibes, and that is really good for him. He's managed to get some eliminations and clutch up a bit for himself over there. But Adrian, who's currently in first place, is competing against Psycho, and it is a 3v1 sort of situation. Good pump from Adrian, but it isn't going to be enough as he is going to get taken out by Cozy. A 2v1 situation for Psycho and Cozy 1x right over here. Let's see what happens. Ethan does go down before he can take a shot, or Cozy goes down before he can take a shot, but unfortunately Ethan has all the heals in the back pocket that keeps him going to win that heal off, and it's Cozy and an Ethan victory royale. But a Psycho as well has Adrian. They did well in game number 3, and they were first, Adrian, in that situation over there. So they continue to be first going into game number 4. Guys, what world are we living in? A world where Adrian Thomas Shelby will be winning the tournament. But unless, of course, game 4 and game 5 go differently for Reepsy and Temperat. Let's jump into an ad break. guys, jumping straight into the game right now. Before we actually do that, let's go have a look at that leaderboard of the tournament right now. Guys, it is neck and neck, as you guys can see right now. We got Adrian and Vibes in first place. We got Cozy and Ethan with a fantastic victory royale in game number 3. In second place, we got Reepsy and Cam. So Reepsy and Tim sort of moving down the ladder, especially in those points as well. They were only 22 points behind Adrian and as well as Vibes, but now they've moved even further up, and that would mean that Reepsy and Tim are in the fight to try get back into that. But look at the other side of things, guys. Psycho and Genie's in that fight as well. Travis and Yeti potentially in the fight. E-Tech and Ghost in the fight, which is really, really good to see right over there. On screen, we do have Bojo and Nemo, who are contested by Dan and as well as Toasty in the grand finals right over here. So, you know, it's going to be some tough situations that you find yourself off spawn. But the way you control the game, winning off spawn could potentially mean you win. You get better games and you get better eliminations, better placement points, and so forth. Neymar being alone over here, I don't like. Bojo has taken a couple shots. Nice, 55, 16 damage. So this is a 2v2 here of spawn, guys, which can be tricky at some times. Right now it's all about just tracking the opponent. Bojo on height on the opposite side of the building. Nemo drops in. And they get that loot. Only 20 builds to use. Oh, he drops all the way low. Still safe. Good 32 damage. 98 damage and a good crack from him. Stan going down. Neymar looking to get a clean up. 52 damage onto Toasty. Toasty fires back with some damage and Bojo is there to clean things up. And that's how you survive in the off-spawn situation. Now, this right here is what I'm talking about, right? They've managed to win off spawn now 3 times in a row, or 3 games right over there out of the 4. They need to take advantage of these positions, finding themselves having won off spawn. They need to go further into the endgame aspects, getting victory royales, getting more eliminations, and controlling the endgame a lot more better. But the thing is, they haven't done that in the respect where they do survive off spawn. And I'm hoping that the next 2 games, they are able to do more better. But congratulations to Bojo as well as Neymar for winning that off-spawn situation against Dan. And as well as Toasty. It just doesn't look too good for them right over there. We'll move over to E-Take and as well as Ghost side of things. And they're just taking long shots at competitor right over there. But let's move over to their POV and let's sit with them for quite a bit. Damage on CE take. Looks like Stale and Sway find themselves in action. Ethan gets eliminated. Stale now disengages from this fight. But everything was going so smooth for them in game number 1, and that all changed from there on after. Got a good disengagement from them, but he's still able to stay on with the POV on the opponents right now. And they're going to start to disengage right now, as you guys can see over there. So this is a perfect opportunity to grab the card and then get into the fighting position. Good. So now they're in this place getting rebooted. So, you know, hopefully there is somewhat of a redemption story coming out from Stale as well as Sway. But my predictions have gone extremely haywire, where we had Reepsy winning the entire tournament, Sway as well as Stale in second place, Bojo and Neymar in third. But that has gone out the window. We can kiss that one goodbye, as that isn't going to potentially be happening anymore. It is, however, still a fighting opportunity for Reepsy to grab that first place position. But that fight isn't going to come easy, as we are down to 50 players in game number 4, and maybe even less going into game number 5. That means that anyone in the tournament right now is earning points that jump out of the bottom bus. And it is unfortunate we are in this position, but that's all thanks to load shedding, and as well as the different plannings and so forth going into the tournament. Now, Sway is back in action for fighting, but it's been yet again eliminated from 60 meters out. Or Stale needs to fight this one out. doesn't look good. This is a massive opportunity for Pump, and it's actually E-Tech who take them out over there. Very unfortunate to see Stale and Sway get eliminated in 3 games in a row. On the other side of things, Cam and as well as Tem are sitting with 4 eliminations, catching up on that leaderboard right over there. But they are sitting very far in the zone with Odium gear, so that should be fine for them to rotate inwards. But Stale and Sway, the story of redemption can no longer exist. We are too far in where they've made too many mistakes in the tournament to grab onto those placement points. But I did have a chat with them before the tournament, and I was actually hoping we would have seen much better position for them. But you know what? There's always the next Elite Pro Series tournament that is hosted by our beautiful sponsors that exist within the South African Fortnite scene. So yeah, there's always a time where Stale's dominance will come into play. So I look forward to seeing exactly how that will come. You can see the fast rotations coming out from Reaps and Tim is that they need the eliminations if they want to catch up right now. They also understand the logistics behind Fortnite Battle Royale, and that is to get as much kills in the 4th and 5th game, because that is the race to victory royale. And that's exactly what's going to be happening with the top 5 players right now, is that they're all going to be racing for that position right over there. Both of them have to be more aggressive. So let's see whether or not we do get to see some action coming from them. We'll go over to them in just a bit. We'll see Wei as well as Morg. Wei and Morg are also in a fight right now. Good pump opportunity. Misses open shot to the dome. Unfortunate right over there. Morg is being eliminated, so it's only Wei left over here to sort of clutch things off, and let's see whether or not that comes into play. Oh, yet again, another opportunity to get a dome slapped on right over there, but unfortunately misses the opportunity. Goes in with the good 73 damage. Oh, 120 damage right over there. Going with the SMG spray. They can get a 2v1 from this. But for him, I think the only goal right over here was to get his teammate's card. And now he's going to disengage. Wei right over there was taking a lot of damage. Needs to be careful with this rotations. Only have 26 HP. And unfortunately, just couldn't get away from that. Spicy and Thoughts, who managed to eliminate him right over there. Go back over to Neymar to see exactly what's happening. So we've seen clearly Bojo has been taken out here, guys. In the end game, it's now left to Nemo, but we'll move over down to Reepsy as well as Tembrat. And I do apologize for not being around. I needed to attend to some emergencies. Oh, good 5 elimination count here, guys, for Reepsy and Tembrat as they settle in very good going into the end game. Some good kinetic blades rotation into the zone, and they will be fine with that right up there. Good box up right here, just taking only 20 damage from the opponent and 10 damage from the Storm, but they should be fine to carry on over with 19 players in and around the vicinity as well. Oh, a bit too high here, guys, for Reepsy as he's now taking about 70 damage. He's held these materials out for some time, and that's exactly a good strategy because, you know, taking that much damage, you'd usually be a target on your back. But all is good here for Reepsy as him and Tembarat continue rotating. Material still looking good. Tem meets him in the tunnel and they continue rotating into safety of the zone. 17 players remaining. That is still a hefty number to have going into the final zone of game number 4. We've got players down below. He's managed to take some good target on them, but unfortunately not enough to carry on with more elimination points for himself and Tembarat. Depending on who is alive right now, it could make an interesting leaderboard for that top 3 going into game number 5. But this is definitely a race in which we can see Reepsy go in for the win. Tembarat unfortunately gets eliminated. Oh, and there goes all the HP as well onto Reepsy right now. Going too high, I believe, onto the position of the blade rotate. But he's in a good position right now, yet again. Not that much materials left at hand, only about 19 to utilize, and we know how materials can go so quickly playing as a solo, so we'll have to wait and see whether or not. But oh, what a time shot coming out from Reepsy right over there, managing to get a huge shotgun over there. Sees another opponent, but unfortunately taking in a lot of storm damage. He now rotates in. He's got 6 builds, covers himself, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Reepsy is out of the materials to utilize right now. 6 eliminations. I don't know how much further he can survive within this one. It drops down low, but unfortunately it's only a crack that can blow over to the opponent player, and he finds himself getting eliminated. I think E-Tech may potentially still be alive. Unfortunately, he places 10, and Ethernet and as well as Cozy are still alive in this one, guys. Respect is in the lobby watching, and name on them as placed 4th. We don't know who is the victory royale winners in this one, guys, but we can only find out when we look at that leaderboard. So we'll take a bit of a short break going into our last and final game of the Punisher's Birthday Cup, and we appreciate everyone that has shown some love in the YouTube stream. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and share the final game with your mates right up there. See you guys in game number 5. And guys, we are back for the final round of the Punisher's victory, the Punisher's birthday cup. And let's have a look at that leaderboard, guys, as we scroll through it. So, Punisher's right over here has a victory royale winner sort of coming into play, which is Thomas Shelby and Vibes, which is Adrian. So, Adrian right now, whether he loses this game or not, of Spawn, just comes into play that, he's going to be in the top three. Cozy and Ethan in second place with 220 points. Travis and Yeti with a victory royale in game number 4. Tam and Reepsy have now gone from first to second, second to third, third to fourth in a matter of 4 games, which is going to be quite interesting going into the final round as they only 4 points off third. Bojo and them are 7th as it stands. So let's move over to Bojo and them's lobby, where we get to see that off-spawn situation that we have been seeing in the previous games. Just scoping out the enemies right now. And as it stands, it doesn't look too hectic for any of the players. Good damage. He's gone all the way low. Maybe use a different approach to the strategy right now. Ooh, Bojo's in some trouble. Bojo's all alone. Good communication between the teams. I wonder what the end goal here is for Neymar. Been traveling around the buildings. He's also down only to one build. He needs to farm a little bit of materials. They're playing this one out very slowly. Jones pushing in now. Oof. Okay. No action off spawn here for Neymar and as well as Boja as they disengage from Brutal Station. Good 60 damage from E-Take. Ghost is in a competitive box, he needs to be careful. The hunt is almost complete. Pulse rifle has come through. It did look like Ethan did get eliminated. I think there in the kill feed, we did see Ethan get eliminated. I'll confirm whether or not that is true. But on the other side of things, still 0 eliminations across the board for a couple people. E-Tech and Ghost over here just randomly rotating in and around. But no physical action happening just yet. Respect as well has Creamy on the other side of things as well, just rotating, not giving in on the action. We've got Wei and Morg, who honestly in game 5 need to be a lot more active. Just maybe a couple eliminations there and there, just to end things off, you know. Spicy as well as Stars in game number 5, still showing that aggressiveness with 1 elimination. Good damage here from Spice. Ooh, unfortunately couldn't connect the pump. He does now with 80 damage. Good pump, but oh! Toasty with the smack to the dome right over there. And you can see Thas immediately disengage from the situation and try to get as far as possible over there. On the other side of things, Bojo as well as Neymar just keep rotating to safer parts of the circle. But right now it would be good to see some eliminations coming into play. Toasty with another elimination in the kill feed, but it's just a knockout. And he does manage to get the confirmation as well. And it's Way and Morg who get eliminated by Toasty. Congratulations to Way and Morg for playing all 5 games. Thank you so much. Opportunity here for Neymar to pick up some eliminations, as he did see in his POV 2 opponent players. A 3-1 potentially. They get ahead of the pack. And there's a rift as well that they could utilize. Crazy how much noise the pulse rifle makes just passing you. Go over to E-Tech, see how things are cooking up for him and Ghost. My Discord has restarted. Just give it 2 minutes over there. Okay, let's go back into that E-Tech POV onto Ghost. Let's see how things are cooking right over there. So they're sitting on 4 eliminations, which is not bad at all, seeing that we are in the final game right over here. But 13 players remain. They are getting keyed with the pulse rifle, but no shots are going to get connected. Very good coordination between E-Tech and Ghost in terms of defensive over there. They need to do something about that pulse rifle though, because it is firing away the materials. Respecting Creamy, let's see how things are looking like for them. They're sitting on a heighted position. Oh, hold on there. Good rotation and location on which they are now settling in. So yeah, respecting Creamy, just absolutely vibing here, guys, in the final game of the finals of the Punisher's Birthday Cup. It was the 3rd year in which they're celebrating within the elite in the esports industry, and a well-deserved 3 years that they've had in the Fortnite, FIFA, as well as even football scene. But it's now coming down to the final part of the 5th game, where we get to decide who will be the grand winner of the Punisher's Birthday Cup. It's definitely not going to be Reepsy, guys. I've got confirmed information that he has been eliminated from the tournament, and he's out of that race for the 1st place position. And unfortunately, it isn't the Iroh cost or the curse, Iroh curse. Honestly, just feel it's just an unfortunate circumstance to see the likes of Reepsy and Tembrat not in that top 3. I think this will be the first time in a long time that they haven't been in top 3 within an EPS tournament. So that is very unfortunate. But we are here now, guys, in the final rounds, where we see 12 players alive fighting for that final position. Among those 12 players has to be Travis, Ethan. Did see Ethan, however, get eliminated very early on. I don't know exactly whether or not Cozy is still alive in that one, or if we have Vibes as well as Adrian playing into the final parts of this game right over here. But Psycho and Genie also got eliminated very early. I did see Genie get it being in the chat box with Neymar, so Psycho and Genie as well has been eliminated very early. But we come down to E-Tech, they've gotten an extra elimination at hand. They're now sitting with 5 kills, and there goes Cozy, who's just been eliminated right now. So Cozy being second place, has just been eliminated right now. And with Ethan being eliminated very early on, I don't think Cozy managed to pick up any more eliminations. But you know what's fantastic? Is that I think they will stick to their third place position right over here, guys. I don't see them moving out of third place right over there. So they still potentially an opportunity to win some of that prize pool money. Respect managing to pick up an elimination 84 meters away. Unfortunately, we've just missed that one out right over there. We'll go over to Neymar and Boch to see how things are cooking for them. Still sitting on 0 eliminations here, guys, in game number 5. But respect to the team for making it all the way to the final game right over here. Even though they've had some ups and downs in this tournament over here, they played all 5 games, and that's about good sportsmanship, and as well as dedication in redemption. But with no eliminations at hand over here, guys, it's going to be slightly difficult for them to get into that top 3 position. They needed at least 4, 5, 6 eliminations if they wanted to get into third. Third right now, which is impossible to even look at, guys. 244 points, Bojo 152. That's just more than almost 100 points away. So for them, it's just playing to the final round and grabbing as much points as they can possible. Bojo's been hit very, very hard. He finds himself healing up right now, which is still good to see that he's alive right now. Bojo, Neymar, ooh, good pump, good elimination. Now follow ups over there with the 2 back-to-back eliminations here for Neymar, guys. And I'm not too sure who they exactly eliminated from the lobby right over there, but it is now coming down to the final moment, and we can see them shoot out players on height. They use the kinetic blade over there. Good 54 damage. It is a 2v2 situation. Neymar on the low ground. The players on the height. Pumps of galore. They managed to get one knock, but Neymar has lost a lot of HP. He has the opportunity to get out of this box and maybe potentially heal up, but no need for that, as Neymar and Boja go through with a final round victory royale as well as 5 eliminations. But that's that for that team. I don't think any achievement will come out of that one over there, but we can only wait to see what that final leaderboard is going to be looking like. And guys, while players are submitting the replays, we will have a look for you guys and see exactly who would win the tournament. But I'm going to mute my microphone here as we look at that leaderboard for any changes.
Third. No, they do. Neymar. Right?
Boja will know.
I'll get
I
you.
don't know.
I'll get back to you in 2 hours, bro.
Era OG. Well done, bro. It's morning. Bro, just know, nah. Just know internet was fucking up. My internet was fucking up. First,
Hashtag replay unites. Okay.
it was bad, bro. At
Did
this
it
point,
work?
might as well.
Yeah, it worked.
At this fucking point, bro. Yeah. It's unfortunate, bro. He's done good.
And guys, your grand champion winners of the entire Punisher's Birthday Cup, guys, is gonna be Adrian and Vibes. I think now we gotta go subscribe to A Plus Gaming because he's giving you guys the tutorials on how to win the tournaments, and he's using his own tutorials to grab those tournaments right over there, guys. It's Adrian and Vibes with that first place position and only 1 point ahead of Cozy and Ethan. Travis and Yeti on the other side of things, only 254 points. E-Tech and Ghost with 230. Tem and Reepsy, who have been eliminated very early in game number 5, have gone in with only 220 points. Bojo and them get the last game victory royale, and unfortunately for Genie and Psycho, Genie was experiencing some network problems, and then that led to the downfall in their consistency. But guys, A Plus Gaming showing you exactly how it's done with the victory royale, with the entire victory over here, guys, within the Punisher's Birthday Cup. But guys, thank you to the Punishers for sponsoring this event right over here, guys. It is the third birthday celebration for the Punishers being in the esports industry, but we're gonna be calling it a night with that tournament right over there, guys. More like calling it an afternoon, as we did start this tournament very early at 12 o'clock. But guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into the tournament. We'll see you guys in the next one right over here, same time, same day, same place. And you know, I'm talking the most widest, weirdest stuff right now. Okay, bye.